Hello everybody. Last time I did a video, I think I shared a little bit about the vehicles I have as well as some of my plans since I've been asked to move out of the other place. Now, I've been using this channel basically just to stay in touch with my friends and family who care to watch these, and also just share about things in my life, from my weird stories to what's really going on, right? So anyways, this is really exciting news because, I come up to Montana specifically to stay with my good friend Rosie Clearlight, who died a few years or so ago. And ever since she died, I've just been in limbo waiting to move out of that house. So I probably would have gotten out sooner if I had more money. But it's very expensive anymore. Rent is getting so high. So I really hoped I would find some place where, a lot of times it's word of mouth to find something that is affordable, that has a nice landlord, and that type of benefit. Otherwise, if you're going through some sort of a property management, they try to get high prices so they can make commission and have a lot of strict rules and stuff like that, and not as cool to deal with. So I'm really lucky today. I had signed a lease to live in a new apartment, so this will be the first time I've had really my own place. I feel like where I've been staying is really Rosie and Gary's place, and I got stuck there. So anyways, before I move in and start messing the place up, I kind of want to take another look at this place to decide where I'm going to put all my stuff. And up at the top here, where I'm going to start, is because it'll be easier to walk downstairs as I explain what I've got. So this is really nice because again, it's hard to find affordable rent and to get this much space at the price I've got, which I might just keep quiet where I'm at and all that stuff, so for my own protection. So anyways, bedroom. I kind of like to sleep in late, so I like the bedroom because there's not really windows coming from the east. And then, but what I like here is the spiral staircase. So anyways, I got to figure out how I'm going to put my bed in here. They've got these shelves built to the wall and a heater, so I want to make sure that can breathe, right? So how am I going to use this space? So I've been trying to figure out if I should use the bed I've got or get something different, right? And what I like about this house is, I should say, it's really an apartment. It's part of like a building that has 2 units in it. Anyways, this one has a black metal staircase, a spiral staircase, and it has kind of like a high ceiling. And you can look way down here just for this part of the house. And what I like are these windows. I think these are really nice. So this is going to get the evening sunshine in it. So here's where I'm going. And I'm absolutely tempted to find a way to decorate that big black wall. See, that's just a canvas waiting to be decorated with something cool. Yeah. Whatever I'm going to take down up these stairs, I can only pick stuff that fits, so I think this is kind of a tight hole. So that could be problematic, really. Trying to get down this tight hole. Yeah, when you get in here, I like how when you come in from the door, there's a little bit of space right there, because I would like to do is have some place to come in and sit down and take your shoes off and just have the space, so that way maybe we can try to make it a no shoe house and keep it that much cleaner, because I can't help looking at this area and thinking it looks a lot like a dojo. It's kind of got a partial arch to it. It's kind of not a perfect circle. But one thing I don't like is the heater position. You can't really put anything on that wall with that heater position. So I have to plan on, say, maybe using this space. And so I like this type of flooring. I mean, it's not really hardwood. I don't know. Maybe there's hardwood floor under it, but I think it's, it's like wallpaper. But I'd rather have that than a lot of carpet, like the place I've been has really yucky old carpet. And so this is, I really enjoy the tile. Looks really kind of old. And a cute little refrigerator and stove. I don't need much. I'm not like a big cook or anything. But I like the blinds and the windows they've got in here. Not a bad space. I mean, I'm going to be living alone. I don't really eat. I'm a living room eater. I eat in my living room chair, so I don't mind not having. I guess you could say this could be. You could make that your dining area right there, and kind of almost like a studio apartment. Yeah, I think the living room and dining room share the same space. So if I'm going to hook up a TV, we're going to have to plant all that on that wall, right? And you know, one thing I'm gonna say I like about the bathtub, I like baths. It's a deep bathtub. I like to take big baths, and I cannot lie. And other than that, oh yeah, we can see ourselves. I can see how terrible I look in my outfit before I go out into public like that. And so the fun in this is planning how I'm going to build up my household, because I want to get off to a good start with some, I would say good feng shui, but I'm not that into it. But I think the most important thing you need to learn in feng shui is to make your house fluid and open and easy to walk through. And just, you know, I think as long as you keep things neat and organized, it will always have good energy. So you never should come home and feel like you've got work to do, you know, if you're keeping it nice and organized. So this should be a nice relaxing place. Maybe I can do a little kung fu training in here, or whatever training I do, because I look at this floor as a dojo. And inevitably, I'm just going to want to have to keep the space open somehow. So I like to think of this as my before, and maybe later on down the line I'll be able to share the after I've got moved in and I got all the furniture I like in here. I'd like to share my space, as well as possibly more, I don't know, maybe we can make some more martial arts videos where I actually teach something good and find a partner to demonstrate. That's kind of my little fantasy. But I've also thought about later on, you know, I've talked about in the past, I wish I could find some shop space. So this place is affordable enough that if I find also some affordable shop space, I would like to create an art studio, so that way if I'm using paint and other things that you don't want right where you're sleeping, we could do all that there. So that's the thing, is I could just stay here long enough to either move to a better place or just stay here and get some studio space. So it's kind of fun to share that prayer, because I've always wanted to create like an art studio where I can kind of make a mess and you know, actually paint and make sculptures and things like this. So anyways, I thought I'd share the good news. I've been waiting over 3 years to get out of that house. I've been just sort of in, what do you call, stasis and limbo, and just working as many hours as I physically can. And I have to say thanks to the people who hired me last year. So I had 2 good companies that I've been working for since, I don't know, about a year or so ago now. And they've helped enable me to save up the money to get another vehicle. And now, the thing I love about it is the smooth timing, because, you know, I had a good friend who's, they've had some family staying here, and when she mentioned to me that, you know, maybe I could move over here someday, I thought, you know, I'd really like it if I got that particular unit. And so it was just sort of all of a sudden, we find out they're moving, and all of a sudden, well, I should say all of a sudden, I kind of had some fair notice that they're going to ask me to move out and remodel. So just at the same time that was happening, this was happening. And so that's why I think it's a small miracle in Jody land of me being able to line this up, because if it wasn't for that, I would have been either living in a shop or living in my truck, or maybe doing something lame like having to rent a bedroom out of a house. Or who knows? I mean, hopefully you end up in a situation like that. You're living with cool people, but that's the chance you take. So anyways, I want to keep this short and just say thank you if you're a friend of mine who enjoys watching me make progress, because this is a good step in that direction that I think is progress, because I'm also trying to work on my entrepreneurship. So starting out with my chauffeur company, I call it Backroads Limo. If you watch my videos, I've gotten a new vehicle in my fleet that I bought specifically to make it more money, you know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with having money, as long as you spend it right and you got the right reason. I'm just trying to take care of myself. I'm just trying to get my projects done, and if I end up with a lot of extra money, I'll try helping the people I know around me. Anyways, you have a good day. I got a lot of work to do. See you then.